All right, welcome everybody to the Conway Joint Select Board meeting with Finance Committee for Tuesday, January 21st. I will call the meeting to order. First item on the agenda is to vote to approve the minutes of January 13th. I looked them over. Adam, good as always, so I'll make a motion to vote to approve the minutes of January 13th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. No warrants today.
Yay.
Meetings attended by Select Board members. Erica, any?
Yeah, I was at the FERCog planning meeting on Thursday night. Jeff Lacey was also there. He probably has more to contribute than I do, but there's still a lot of kind of uncertainty around ADUs in Massachusetts in general. And the other big thing is that FERCog is changing their charter. Not really significant changes, but that's something that we're going to have to put on the warrant for town meeting, because they're significant enough that they require like a vote.
Okay.
I had school committee last Tuesday, and we did start the fund that we approved here, right? The school committee voted for a fund so they could accept donations.
Oh, right.
Because pickleball wants to make donations. Also, the rest of it was just talking about potential budget issues and updates. And then Wednesday I had negotiations prep. And tomorrow night I have negotiations.
Got it. I was part of the MVP meeting with GZA or FERCog.
All of them.
All of them.
All the above.
All
Friends
the
of the
above.
South River, everybody.
Yes. I believe that was it. Public comments. Unfinished business, none. On to new business. Ron. We're going to go down or actually you're on first. Anyway, discussion and vote on wage increase from 31 to 32 so Corey can work as a mechanic.
Yes,
Let's hear it.
Corey's been working out really well, and he's willing to do some mechanical work for me, for us,
Okay.
which will help me out a lot.
You're usually the head mechanic?
I'm usually doing it all, yes.
Yep, okay.
And he said he would be willing.
Why don't you let everybody that's watching this know how much a mechanic would cost if we had to hire one per hour?
Probably starting at $100 an hour.
Correct.
I'm in the wrong field.
It's true.
And as much as $180 an hour, depending on where.
So,
Like diesel techs and things like that, or?
Well, even your normal car mechanic now, I think is, per
Pretty-
shop is 125
yeah,
or more.
services cost more than parts.
Yep, that's for sure.
I mean, Erica, do you have any I mean, this is a steal in my mind.
Seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask, like, what is this going to add to, like, can you accommodate this new departmental budget? But it sounds like just knowing what, it sounds like you can't, so.
Our top rate is 32 anyways. My budget is figured on 32, depending on their licenses. He doesn't have a 4G, which makes this able to happen, you know, to stay within my budget.
Yeah, got it.
Granted, it's pretty good steel at $32 an hour for a mechanic.
A local
Yeah.
local
Well,
mechanic.
Now,
Somebody
even,
that-
even for towns, what are towns paying for mechanics?
All upwards of 50,
There.
depending on what town you're in.
Right,
And if they can even find one.
Right.
right,
That's the next problem.
right.
But he's also, Corey's all around really good help. I
Okay.
mean, he's a good driver. He understands how things work in general, which is one of the biggest problems that
Right.
we have.
Well, it sounds like he has a work ethic,
Yes,
which is a big thing
yes.
to a town.
To any business.
Yeah. Well, I'll make a motion that we raise the rate for mechanic at the from 31 to 32 for Corey Skinner to work as a kid.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
We'll write the letter tomorrow.
If you have anything else while you're here?
It was quite a weekend.
Yes, it was, and it looks like Wednesday you're gonna get more.
What?
Yeah,
Wednesday?
yeah.
Would you see that?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
it went
forecast.
away.
I saw next weekend maybe. but-
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it changed.
That's good.
I always look at Dave Hayes, the weather guy. He's the only one who's actually accurate.
So Ron, thank you for being out there doing the roads for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, my road got done way earlier than usual, so that was nice.
Well, we are in a better position now.
Yeah.
We do have help, but the biggest problem I have right now is they need to learn our roads.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
what plowing, this was the first plow that we
Yeah.
had with everybody.
yeah,
It's still work in progress,
definitely.
but everybody seemed to do well.
We got quite a few new city people on our road, so it used to be like, didn't matter. We're like, whenever it gets plowed, didn't really care. But now I know we have some new neighbors who are from the city, and I'm
Thank you for
like,
waking me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, plowing the parking lot on the holiday.
Oh, you're welcome.
Honestly, I have to say that's like my favorite sound, having like,
me too.
I have 4 kids, so I love a snow day. So like just the sound of the plows in the middle of the night, me, is like,
Speaking of,
it's
if
my
anybody,
favorite sound in the world, Ron.
Thank you. I'll make sure I go by your house every day. With the plow down.
if anybody ever needs to pick up Corey for work early in the morning, just lay on the horn and he'll come out. Just lay on it the whole time.
Yeah, but you can't take it.
That's a dig to me, isn't it?
You think?
All right, well, thank you, Ron.
And the public safety building, I don't know if you noticed, but it's getting enclosed.
Yeah, the
Yeah, you got
zip on the
zip
outside's
siding
up.
on there, yeah.
Yeah.
And you had electrical work done?
Well, the builder is hoping to have the windows and doors in so we can actually put a people door in the other building.
Yeah.
And the electrician and the carpentry division of tech school is showing up tomorrow to start doing some work in the mechanical room of the new building.
Great.
Awesome.
So things are moving up there.
What a great thing for those kids too, and they'll always see that building and know they were part of it going up. I think that's cool.
So when did you say the door and windows should come?
The builder was saying that within 2 weeks.
Oh, great.
It should be. The windows are all, he's already has it, it's just a matter of,
Yeah.
and the temperatures haven't been.
Right. A lot
But they were
waits
working,
on that.
they were
Yeah.
there.
That's
Yesterday,
awesome.
today, they weren't there yesterday. Today and last Friday, they were there 7 o'clock in the morning. So
Great.
Great.
I don't know how they do the, hang on to the nails, but.
Yeah.
Ron, do you know if the people doing the tree work on Roaring Brook, are they going to move those logs they've left right along the road?
I've made it very clear to Eversource and Asplin that anything that is in the town right away has to be moved.
Yeah, 'cause
it cannot be
they dumped
left.
a lot of trees right along, like literally along the road.
Yeah, no, I'm not happy about the way.
Yeah,
They cut down all the trees.
oh, a lot more. They left
He
trees
said
right
that-
along the side of the road too.
The guy from Asplin told me that
In the
they're,
plow path.
they're waiting for the log truck to show up to pick
Oh,
up.
they do use them for lumber.
No, but that's how they pick the big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be they cut them up and people from town took them.
There's a lot,
Yeah,
there's a lot to take.
I made it very clear that it needs to leave. If it's a resident is asking to keep the wood, that it has to be moved out of the right of way.
Okay.
What Eversource is doing with the wood,
Yeah.
that's not on us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
All right, appreciate
All
it.
right, thank you.
And I'll have a good night.
You too.
Thank you very much. Make my life easier.
That's good.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Do you all just want to go through the budget
We should go
review?
through the budget because Wendy on won't be here and I haven't heard.
We don't have quorum. We won't have one.
Yeah, we'll just go through it then.
Yeah.
So we'll skip new business down to joint meeting with finance. Not official, there's no quorum, but we're just going to review the budget from 292 to 691.
And this will probably be pretty quick because most of them are level funded. However, this, of course, we do our animal control through the sheriff's office now. And I just got the request, well, our assessment, I should say, for fiscal '26, and it's gone up, about $700?
Yeah.
So, that's what it is.
Which we knew was gonna happen, right?
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, Eric.
Where's
I just
Erica?
realized I wasn't sharing. Hang on a second.
Oh, no, oh, yeah.
I wasn't sharing.
No, I
so you
got it on my
couldn't see
screen, but.
And we
no,
couldn't see you.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So sorry, what was your question?
Well, we knew it was gonna go up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because, yeah, so that's not unexpected.
No, it's not unexpected at all. So, but that's what it is for this year. Any questions about ACO budget? Next one is tree warden, and there's literally no change in that. I talked with Walter, and he didn't see a need to go up. The only reason for the extra money in there, the advertising, is in case there has to be a shade tree hearing and that kind of thing, so.
Does Walter have a successor in mind?
He's getting back about what his term is up. There was some confusion on my part because I had a letter that appointed him, but that position's been elected since the 90s.
Yeah.
So his term is up June 30th of '26, so he'll be letting us know
Okay.
very shortly. He's gonna come off that. Okay, so what's the next one? Council on Aging.
Yes.
Council on Aging, which if you recall last year went up to 3,000. They level funded it for this year, so there's no change. Don't know, does anybody have any questions on that? Okay. 610 Library, so every year I speak with Chris Eugen Moore about what's the amount that they need to put in there to keep their accreditation, but it can't be too high. Anyway, it's this formula they use, so it's only going up by $75 this year.
Is that right, that they didn't expend any money in 2000?
No, I haven't filled that in yet.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah. We've been a little behind on the reports, and I just didn't have a chance to get into Michael's numbers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. And actually, I don't know if it's helpful or not to even have the expended in here. That's how I inherited those spreadsheets. If you want them in there, that's fine, and I can go back.
I like having it.
It would be
Okay,
helpful,
good.
you know,
So I should keep up to date with it.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Cachella's been good about sending the, monthly revenue and expenses. That helps to-
Right, but we had a lapse of about 4 or 5 months that he wasn't sending them,
Oh,
and then we just got them, and so I've been catching up. So
Oh, good.
I'll make sure to catch up on
Thank you.
one of the next versions. So that was that one. So then we've got Forest and Trails, and that one was also level funded. And there really isn't anything in there that's delineated in terms of what they're spending it on. It's just their budget. Like, there's no line item per se, so. Any questions about that one? And then the last one is also level funded, and it's the Historical Commission.
Your total says 500.
I don't know who Chris Penny is, so I'm gonna admit him and we'll see what happens.
Boy. Yep.
So anyway, your total mismatches.
Oh, I'm sorry, they must have asked for an increase of one. I'm 100.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just assuming it was level funded. Yep. Yep, sorry. And I'll have to go back and see in my emails.
So what, it went up?
It went up to, 500 from 400. Let me see, I apologize for not. Let's see where that is.
He is a best.
Great. Okay.
So that's everything?
That's it. That's what's on there for tonight.
Yep, I'm just looking to see here if I can.
Nothing from personnel committee?
That one, I took it off because I had it on the budget twice,
Oh, all right.
and so it's gonna be later on in I had it on the schedule twice. I don't need that, but anyway, so.
Well, that looks good. Take that.
So next week is police and fire, and then the week after that is the whole slew of the ones that
Yeah.
I'm in charge of.
Yeah.
So in 2 weeks, it'll be a much bigger one. Okay.
Thank you.
So, great, that's that. Chris, can you mute?
I can try.
Okay, just we're hearing some background noise, sorry. Okay.
Maybe I should go, I'll go back to public comments later.
Sure, yeah.
All right,
Great,
thank you.
Welcome, have a good
Appreciate it.
Stay warm.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, we'll go back to new business. Second item on new business is discussion and vote to sign FERCog request support letter for MEM, the Mass Save Municipal Energy Manager grant program. Any questions on what an MEM does? You know, it's about emissions, reducing energy use,
And helping us do reporting for the green communities to keep
Yeah.
us in compliance, which is huge for
right,
us.
green community program.
We would not have been back in compliance if it hadn't been for the FERC. So,
So is this an existing position?
no, and this is for a 3-year position, the FERCog, yeah.
So the grant would fund this position for 3 years, and then at what point would the participating towns, I mean, that was my question, was there an anticipation that we're going to continue funding this position and that our FERCog assessment might go up if this becomes institutionalized?
Or we find another grant.
Yeah, I have not heard that. I have not heard that, but that's something for us to keep in mind.
But this is just to support part-time, I mean, this is like a temporary position for the FERCog that we're in support of.
Right, and this is just to show that we're in support of their applying to be able to receive this grant.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's basically,
it's a letter of
it's a
support.
letter of support.
Yeah, it's just
not
a letter of
a
support.
contract.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion, we.
Yeah,
sign
no,
the-
I'll second that, I'm in favor of it, I do, like, ultimately, I do have questions about, like,
Yeah.
the long-term. Yeah,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Agreed, Erica. Once money comes into play, we're gonna definitely want
if it's
questions.
not costing us anything, I'm totally on board.
Okay, we'll move on to the third item, which is discussion and vote to request 3 DLTA projects from the FERCog. This was part of the MDB discussion that we had earlier in the week. Actually, I'm sorry, last week. So, Erica, did you get that attachment? Should say DLTA 202.
Yeah, I have that, yes to, I'm just trying to see, 1, 2, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's for 3. It would be the second item, which is FEMA floodplain map changes. The third item, hazard mitigation plan update. And then the last item you'll see is the river corridor management.
All very applicable to us.
Yep.
So again, it's just basically almost like a letter of support as well to say, yes, these are the 3 key items we want FERCog to focus on.
Yep.
All right, I'll make a motion, we request 3 DLTA projects from the FERCog and we vote to support that.
Yep, so for FEMA, hazard mitigation, and river corridor, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous.
Excellent, thank you. I'll put that in tomorrow.
Great.
And then, again, nothing to sign.
Nope.
This one we do need to sign. Discussion and vote to appoint Amy Anderson on the Conway Currents Newsletter Committee for a term ending June 30th of 2026.
I know Amy, I will absolutely vouch for Amy, and I will nominate her for this position on the newsletter committee.
All right.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay?
Already signed it.
Right.
I just have to say, we're very excited. She's already like hit the ground running and has an idea for a new column for the Currents and has
Yeah,
something
she's
new one
gonna be
coming
great.
out in February. Yeah, so I'm
Awesome.
very exciting.
And the last item on new business. I'm sorry, what was this? Oh, this is for the MEM.
Yep, yep.
So we do need to sign this, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Do you want me to explain how this one came about for the,
Oh, yeah, discussion and vote on allowing transfer station decals on personal care attendant vehicles from out of town. Veronique will explain how this came up.
so there's somebody in town who had requested that they didn't have a car available, but they did have somebody who is helping out in their household because of a disability, and wanted to know if this person could have a decal put on their vehicle to be able to take their trash, because obviously they can't do it. So I confess I did say yes and through the end of the rest of the year, because it's, and then I thought, well, you know what I could have done is said you could get a one-day pass, but then that would mean they'd have to get a one-day pass like every week. And so what I wanted to do was have the board weigh in on what your thoughts are. So this is a car that is registered in another town that now has a Conway sticker on it, at least through June 30th. So I wanted some advice and whatever, however you want to deal with this going
Would
forward.
they have more like a placard, like they could put it up or take it down, like not a sticker, like some other form of sticker, so we designate the difference?
Yeah, especially if it's an organization and there's different people.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good idea.
We could do that. One of the other things that we do, because the only concern about that is, not that I'm expecting anybody to do it, but you can pick it up and put it on any vehicle then. So the alternative that we've done with people who really cannot, for whatever reason, have their vehicle identify them from any municipality, is have them put it on the back of their vehicle registration. And then they can just pull that out and show it, but then that's tied to the car.
Right, and what if they change PCAs or
Yeah.
something? To me, if you had a placard and it was registered to that Conway household, they keep it in the house when the person comes to get their trash.
Oh,
They
I see, okay, and then they take it. Okay,
when they
yeah.
go.
Okay, so it's not something that stays in the car,
No.
it stays in the household.
Stays in
I
the
like that,
household.
yeah,
It's like, yeah.
yeah, great.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a very good idea, I love it.
Or is this person in Conway, do they have a sticker for their own car?
It is somebody, yes, that we know lives in Conway, and yes, yes.
So maybe the helper could just use their car.
Yes,
People
that's
are
not,
funny about that.
that
Yeah.
wasn't possible in this circumstance.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
they're not getting, this is just for a decal, not for stickers. Because the woman already has the
Has their own
stickers.
stickers.
Right, correct, right, it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think we're in a big rush on this, but maybe what I could do, if you all support the idea of a placard, is I could come up with some designs, and I could come up with, something they sign that says
Yes,
blah, blah,
perfect.
blah, whatever.
Yep,
This should be a very
Let's see.
small occurrence type of
Yeah.
I
situation.
would think.
Yeah.
To even let
But
the
we do have an
attendants,
aging population.
true, but we could even just let the attendants know, hey, here's the
The list.
list, right?
We could,
Yeah.
yeah. I hate to put more on them,
That's true.
to have to look at,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so.
Well, I mean, either way, they're gonna see the sticker, or they're gonna see like a little,
Yeah.
placard.
And they'll get to know the person, so they'll know. who-
Yeah.
Yeah. Although, like if you said, if it's an agency and they keep changing,
Right,
then they won't get to know the person, so.
Right.
Yeah.
but they'll know that that person has a placard. from
And in that case,
household.
we couldn't put a list up because we wouldn't, if the vehicle was changing,
Right,
we wouldn't know what it was. So
Correct.
I really like the plan, it was a very.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we would know that this one particular household has been issued,
right,
a
Yeah.
placard.
right.
So, I mean, it might be a little more work on the transfer station attendants if they have to keep that in mind. They're gonna know. They're gonna.
Yeah, small town.
I'll let us know. If there's an abuse.
Not much
for
gets
sure.
by them.
So we could probably still make the vote on the use, it's just in what form.
Yeah.
So I'll just go ahead and make a motion to vote to allow transfer station decal in some type of form on a personal care attendant vehicle or otherwise registration or placard from out of town.
Second.
All in
Providing
favor?
service to a Conway resident.
Yes,
Yeah.
as noted. All in favor?
Aye.
I
Aye.
Excellent,
All right.
thank you so much for that idea.
All right, we already passed it, but since Chris joined a little late, I'm going to go back to public comments. If you have any public comments you would like to discuss. And
Chris?
sorry, I'm not sure if your name is Chris. You just signed in as Chris. You're muted if you're talking. Okay, we can jump back if needed, but we'll move on. Items not anticipated 48 hours in advance of the meeting, there are none. So let's go to town administrator updates.
So I did get 2 updates from the clerk and the town clerk and the police department. Street listings have all been mailed and they're coming in. Boy, there was quite a pile of them today. And then she's also working on reminders for dog licensing and starting the prep work for the annual caucus coming up.
I got mine.
So that was Lori's update.
I forgot. Sorry.
Chief Bates says that there is now a defibrillator in each cruiser.
Great.
And they also have a new handheld radar unit that was paid for through a Massachusetts road safety grant.
I saw him last week. Chris was up there as well, and he was distributing the defibrillators, and they're all alike. So if you know how to use one defibrillator in town, you know how to use every defibrillator in town.
Great.
I've actually been talking with him about maybe getting some signs made up that just, say AED. But when I've seen them before in schools, they've even
Right.
had like a quick start guide or whatever.
Right.
I don't remember if these are talking ones, if they talk to you when you open it up. I haven't actually.
They usually are.
Yeah, the new ones
I think
usually
that,
are.
yeah. So, but just so we're, when we put them up, it's a matter, I think, just having the signage.
Mhm.
So, actually, on that note, I suppose I should mention that we're talking about in the town offices, sometimes we're not in the office, but the door's open because police officers upstairs. People can just wander in throughout the whole building. So we're talking about that when you walk in the front door and the door right there on the left that you have to open, about putting some kind of lock on that. That, of course, would keep people from being able to get their mail. So what we were talking about is moving the whole thing that has all the mailboxes. Well, first taking the door down that goes up the staircase to the police station. Putting the whole unit that has all the mailboxes right there on the wall. Ron and I measured it and it'll fit. So that anybody could walk in the door, deal with their mail, and walk back out again and don't have to walk through the rest of the building.
That's definitely a security issue.
So, yeah, so just to let you know so we were thinking about putting the AED in that first entryway,
Mhm.
because obviously if it's locked inside, it's not helping anybody,
Okay.
so.
Until we move this whole thing.
Until we
Yes.
get everything, yes,
Which will be
everything
wow,
moved,
yeah.
yes, yep. And what I'm working on right now is trying to get the amount of money for engineering for the shaft so that I know how much to ask for at town meeting and then apply, anyway.
Is that a ADA issue?
Yes, yeah,
No, I mean, by moving the door
oh,
and doing
no,
all that.
no.
Okay.
No, it shouldn't be. Because, I mean, you could, well, I'm not sure how it would be ADA because you're actually removing a door that nobody even uses. It's always open at the bottom of the
Yeah.
stairs.
If the hallway that you're putting it in isn't wide enough with the door frame.
Oh, for them to turn around in a wheelchair. I suppose that's possible.
We should measure it.
How do you even get in with
The
a
ramp.
wheelchair
The ramp.
anyway?
Yeah,
The ramp.
You just can't get upstairs.
Yeah, you can't get
You
upstairs.
can't get up the,
So Adam and I tomorrow are going to get a wheelchair from the basement and he's going to spin me around and see if it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
No, we'll try it out and see if because that's a good point. Making sure that they can do that.
I just know whenever, work-wise, if we add something or the fire department has to say, or just get Chief Baker to say, sure, you can do it.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
okay.
probably quicker.
Yep, okay. All right, so Chris has gotten the security camera up at the transfer station.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we can actually see live stream most of
See
the
and
time.
hear.
Yep, see and hear. So we'll be putting up some more official looking signs that say you're on 24/7, monitoring. Sustainability, the committee's divided up or divvied up into 4 teams of 2 that are gonna walk around town and just tag with yellow ribbons these trees that they think, streetlights that
Streetlights.
may be able to be considered for decommissioning. Chris has already done almost all of it. But anyway, so that'll be going on over the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
And, yeah.
So at school committee, it came up that we had wanted the sustainability committee to weigh in on the, I forget the name of it, the smart system you put in the school to control all
Oh,
the
the
heat
BM,
and, yeah.
whatever, yeah. Building management.
Right, because Deerfield got a grant to fund it, and that system will cost more than the boilers.
Yeah, I saw that on the capital item, yeah.
So we really do want a grant, but we need it to come with the assistance or guidance or support of the sustainability committee, because that's what it's couched in.
Okay. I think they may need to reach out to
To Shelley, probably.
Shelley or Bill.
Or Bill, yeah. Gotta get the money while it's there.
Yeah.
They already be going.
So they could check with the Deerfield Energy Committee and find out where they got the grant?
Yeah,
Okay,
Shelley knows where they're going.
okay. Alrighty. Okay, so we had our first meeting to talk about the guide, the new guide to Conway, and it's really going well. I'm very excited, and I'll be putting forth an article for printing and postage. We had a large meeting with all the people who've been involved in MVP all along about what we'd already put in an expression of interest about potential for lowering 3 different floodplains along the South River. And we discussed that with MVP, because they're allowed to talk to us until the RFR comes out, to get some feedback about it. And it kind of got winnowed down. It sort of felt like that might be a little bit too much to take on. And this next phase would just be design and permitting. It wouldn't be construction. So we're going to have another meeting next week that we just set up, just kind of talk again about the feedback that we got and kind of solidify the idea of what we're going to apply for. I think I've already told you, well, I have a 5-year financial forecast that I'm working on. It's almost done. It's one of the DLS spreadsheets that you just pop in the numbers. But I need some guidance from them because I can't figure out how to, I did it last year, and it's a 5-year look back and a 5-year look forward, and there's no way to change the fiscal years that I see to move it to, so yeah, so I'm asking for help on that with them. And then we're also talking about the potential to, and we'd be getting help from the Federal Funds Infrastructure Office to apply for this PROTECT grant and FERCOG, to apply for a PROTECT grant to take care of the 3 different areas along Shelburne Falls Road where the embankment's, under threat from the South River. So, and
Big
those
threat.
things take a while, but everybody seems on board. The FERCOG and GZA sent us some designs that they had done before through the Mohawk Trails Woodland Partnership Program, and so, but that's due in February, so we have a very short turnaround
Yeah.
time for that. Yeah. So that'll be a big project going forward. And then I didn't put it on here, but Ron and I will be finalizing the information to send back to the state about the Mass Works grant, because he has to develop a pretty detailed, involved timeline and budget. And it took us a while because it's one of those things where you go online. We had to be together because I couldn't even print it out properly, it was just for him to look at and see, and he's the one who had to do it, and I had to sign in, and anyway. He has it now, so we should be getting that done when I get back next week, first thing.
Okay.
And that's that.
Well, thank you very much. Next item, select board member comments or concerns. Erica?
None at the moment.
All's good.
None here either?
Well, I had a
Nope.
question. We got a notice about somebody having an unsafe barn or something.
Yes.
Is that a common, like, I didn't know, does somebody make a complaint? and
Wasn't
somebody-
that because it was along the,
Well, that was through the FERCog building
FERCog.
I know, it
department,
was.
so,
Why
yeah.
would they even notice somebody's barn in Conway?
Well, sometimes they just drive around and they know, I don't know. I don't know how they particularly found out about it, but the town, I believe, just has to be notified when they're talking with them. So that was just
Just like
a heads up to us that the owner had been notified.
Oh, the owners, okay.
Yeah,
Because I see like barns that are like,
everywhere.
yeah.
I mean, if you go like Whately Road and when you cross into,
Oh, the one on the right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm like waiting for a strong wind right by the
Yeah.
mulch place,
Mhm.
right?
yeah.
I mean, that's just like sticks.
Yeah.
And then there's one on, is it River Road and Deerfield that is also, it's like either end has fallen off, but the middle's there. And those all look super dangerous
Yeah.
because they're very close to residential things.
And the
so-
road.
And the road,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that one in particular in Whately is very close to the road.
Yeah, so I was kind of surprised because, I mean, I don't know this barn on the top of my head, but I was just surprised that they noticed that.
True. Somebody called him in.
Right. Because I actually would think that that could affect somebody's homeowners.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, all right, learn something new every day.
No mail, no announcements. Next meeting is January 27th. Anything else? Anybody? Okay, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.